Well, that was annoying. Looks like the stream's gonna get cut in two. Hello everybody, if you're watching this part. OBS just disconnected for no reason at all. Awesome. But luckily not much was happening. So starting back off where we left off, I presume you remember traveling by Nizrock? Once we reach the surface, the creature will convey us to my domain. Actually, I don't remember traveling by Nizrock. Is that like a giant void scent? Well, it must be a giant void scent. What else would it be? There is a teleporter situated between here and the center of the moon. I used it to travel to the surface in days long past, though I seldom had need once my generals were in place. Etheirys herself crafted the device that I might lay low the Servant of Light. Etheirys. Was that Gaia? I don't remember, but I think it was. Which would make sense if she was the one of the terminology's failing me right now. One of the Convocation of 14 that was related to darkness. Maybe, I don't know. Ironic that we now use it seeking to restore light to the void. Ah, forgive me my idle reminiscences. 'Tis time we made our descent. Okay. Yep, now we're back. Oh, you were that thing. Oh, you kind of got like a smile on your face. Like a gesture or something. You're a big boy. Oh, actually it's not a smile. Looks more like a grimace. Oh, and I could go back to the moon. Cool. There are many in this domain who still fear me. I shall remain here to avoid needless provocation. Though it was not always so, many who live here now have chosen to do so because they support the cause. Indeed, if our numbers continue to grow, we may require more territory. Thankfully, we are able to harness the residual ether from Barbaricia's domain. Those reserves will enable me to expand mine as the need arises. Right, we'd best prepare for our potential guest. Join me in my abode when you're ready. Seems like there's a lot more of the story left. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you said the same thing. I remember you. Hello. That must be Goblaz. I would gladly consume his ether, if I should decide his chance of not being gobbled up first. Blah, blah, blah. So what do all you guys got to say? Hello, creeper. Empty-eyed void scent. Leave me be. Okay. Hello.
Zero is amazing. Truly Gobez's equal in every sense.
That statue's seen better days.
I waited an eternity for Zeromus to save this world, but my faith was misplaced. In the end, it was Zero who brought us hope. She's the reason I keep coming back here, day after day.
Aw. Amiable void scent.
Ever since she brought you to this domain, our numbers have swelled. We grow tired of conflict.
Understandable. I forgot how big this place was. I like that they seem to be introducing more, like, I don't know, just like other areas that aren't like directly tied to the map, but they're still here. Hi, puppy.
Well, I appear to have made a complete recovery after the ignominy of starving to death. Maybe my fellow void sent here can be trusted.
Blah. Oh, Troyan manservant.
No longer will I partake of the ether of other beings, not even if I shrivel and starve.
So I guess they can die from lack of ether, but they just come back again. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, are these little, like, light devices? No, not really. I imagine you remember these, the transmitters we used to receive light from the first. If memory serves, they work by channeling excess ether left in the wake of the flood into the crystal tower. Using the tower's cross-rift travel capabilities, light is then conveyed onto the 13th and into these devices. I have a mind to use them now, but they'll need to be set in an elevated location. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, okay. Why are we using them exactly? I mean, I feel like they should be using them constantly. Can we see the moon from here? Nope, guess not. Ether transmitter. This compact contraption facilitates the flow of ether when used in conjunction with other identical devices.
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
Oh, okay. That's quite a blast. Hopefully it doesn't hit anybody. Pew! Death. Oh, there's that guy.
I did not expect to see you here.
Hello.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible.
Indeed. though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
Fair point.
Very well. This latest ample proof you comrades spoke true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And you shall have mine.
It would seem Yulis's intervention has helped forge a new bond. Thank you for bringing word to me. I gather you'll head home sooner rather than later? You'll not be able to freely return to Zero's domain. Are you sure you want to leave? No. Why not? I mean, I guess there's nothing else to do here. But I was hoping that we'd be able to come back. I don't know, I guess if you just want to take pictures or something. Oh well, fine. Then let us return to the Red Moon. I'm sure you won't begrudge me a proper farewell.
Would you deliver a message to Yulis for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us.
That seems like foreshadowing.
Safe travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
Bye. Oh. Nope, the portal stayed there. I think that might mean we might be able to go back to the Red Moon. Where did he go? He just vanished into thin air again.
I'm afraid. It appears he's not in Mare Lamentorum.
Hello.
Wait. Is that?
Xenos again? Hey folks. Sorry to worry you.
God, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
Well, I got a tale to tell.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-sent incursion abruptly ended.
Yes, that was because of me.
We surmised you had a hand in that. but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
Halmarut, your entrance? Yep, as I thought.
And who might you be? Not her void scent, I'd wager.
Ascians, that's the name I couldn't think of before.
Greetings. I am Halmarut of the Ascians. We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms?
Oh, she made flowers grow on it? That's cute.
I wish only to talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Calyx. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Halmarut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Etheirys was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients.
Lesson time.
As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia.
Oh, Is it because Hydaelyn's gone that they're trying to recombine?
And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more.
Then shouldn't the Ascians' plan just have been to attack Hydaelyn?
Yes. It seeks to rejoin with all of its shards. Unlike the one we Ascians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment.
Oh.
All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole, and remade for a new beginning. A complete rebirth.
Hydaelyn, did you know about this? You must have.
Etheirys will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years pass. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course.
Earth, fire, water, ice. Is this leaking future expansions, perhaps?
So many seeds of life have already been lost. Yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come. But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the Solstice. When all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. 'Twould be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the Solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections.
The Winterers.
Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations. The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Even if everything you claim is true? What you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the Solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one. Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit.
What?
Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Wait!
Living Way, did you know about this? Though I am tempted to dismiss a preemptive rejoining as an utterly absurd notion, or solution, her words are not to be taken lightly. Trust the Ascians to be plotting something utterly reprehensible. The Ascians once labored to resurrect Zodiark and bring back those who rendered up their lives to summon him. For the sake of those who now live, we fought tirelessly to oppose them. If Halmarut doth truly seek a rejoining to avert the Solstice, to ensure some survive when otherwise all would perish, then our interests are not so desperate. Dots. Halmarut can't be speaking the truth. Can she? I fear she is. You'll have to forgive me. I'm still coming to terms with it all. To think that individuals of Calyx's ilk or worse exist in other shards. There you are. One moment you were standing right before me, and the next you'd vanished into thin air. Thanks to you all, the void sins have been eradicated, and the gate lies sealed once more. There's been nary a peep from the crater. Though I can't help but notice none of you seem to share my enthusiasm. Is something wrong? Something is very wrong, Living Way. The star seeks to become whole? But that's preposterous. As far as I'm aware, Heidelin made no mention of a natural rejoining. I ought to consult the records to be certain. Oh, maybe Heidelin didn't know. But not before thanking you for dispatching the Voidsons so handily. You well and truly saved the day. I realize present circumstances are hardly conducive to doing so, but please, try to get some rest while you can. I know I would be exhausted after your trials in the void. Yeah, same thing. Trail to the heavens. Alphino continues to grapple with Halmarut's disclosure. The implications of the Solstice and the winter schemes, as well as our own approach moving forward, will take time to consider. To that end, I believe we should gather and speak in person. And by we, I mean all our fellow Scions. For a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Tataru and the others would be happy to meet us there. A fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. No doubt we could all use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust there are no objections. 'Tis settled then. To the Rising Stones. Rest assured, we will do all we can to support your endeavors. Thanks, little guy. It's been a long time since we were over here in Mordona. Didn't we disband the Scions? There is much more to take care of in Garlemald, even after tending to the wounded. I shall be sure to share a full report with Ojika. Feels like a lifetime ago I first set foot within these walls, though given we've all experienced a lifetime's worth of triumphs and tribulations in the interim, perhaps that is only natural. 'Tis a pity my stay in Tural came to such an abrupt end. I should like to make arrangements to remain in touch with Shale. Since leaving for Tural, we've been almost constantly on the move. It feels good to put my feet up in some familiar stamping grounds. In spite of time's vicissitudes, some things endure. This sanctuary is surely among them. At times like this, the company of friends is all the more precious. Nary a thing has changed since we last gathered here. No doubt Tataru is chiefly responsible for the prevailing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she and a great many of our comrades are en route. Let us wait for them a while longer.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here. Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only, thereafter we did largely operate independent of one another. All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Apologies for our delay.
It's old Hori.
We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with, but we're working on it.
Oh yeah, where did he go? He was in Razatan.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag. Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Maybe he's already here.
As much as I'd like to savor our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments.
There I have.
Will you apprise us of the details? The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Void Sense incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Do we need to create another Hydaelyn and Zodiarch? That'd be problematic.
Both the source and the reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do? I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the Solstice?
That's what I was asking.
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
I don't think she had any way of knowing. I think she knew and chose to trust in us. Yeah, I mean, Hydaelyn wasn't stupid.
So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Emmett Selk, we need your help.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
Speak with your fellow Scions. Hi, Tataru. Oh, I can't talk with her by bending down. Seems some of our colleagues have much to catch each other up on. I shall have to brew some tea. Tataru is ever the considerate facilitator. Grateful am I to refrain from weighty discussions and simply converse with old friends. After Urianger and I went off on our own, we decided to spend some time exploring Shak Tural. We never had the chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east through I hate the names there. Loazanihita, before heading up the coast to the frigid northern reaches, where they revere a storied beast of the sea. The excursion only served to reinforce just how truly diverse Tural really is. Oh, is that the Narwhal? Tural Vidral? From the tribe that always had somebody sleeping? We also met with the Malakui. Though we had not the time to study their arts at length, we were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. Yeah, the Blue Mage folk. Would that we could have indulged our curiosity further and traveled to yet more distant lands. For better or for worse, pragmatism tempered our wanderlust. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. I should very much like to return, given the chance. Me too. I want to meet where the Wallachwi are. Clements. Oh, Anor. I hope you'd come to your senses, but I see you're still in the throes of withdrawal. Huh? Our brothers are reunited, yet a distance between them persists. How cruel fate is to force me to choose. What? Judging by your guise, Clements, your studies must have been productive. Indeed. I have more or less mastered the fundamental principles of Charlian astrology. At one point I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to persevere with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. I don't think I'd be much use on a battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target. So sorely bereft of brotherly ministrations as I am. I knew you still required constant supervision. You two haven't changed in the slightest. Makes me wonder how our colleagues that couldn't join us today are faring. I don't remember you two at all. Okay. Hearing our comrades' tales reminds me of my efforts to master pictomancy. We've all come so far, striven so hard. Even after discussing the revelations concerning Calyx, there is a great deal to share. 'Tis difficult to know where to even begin. Hello, Ogre. Aner and I were traveling in Gridania when the Voidsent attacked the Twelveswood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the Twin Adders. When I heard of the invasion that had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the situation and ordered a confidential report sent to the other Scions. That's why Tataru was so quickly apprised. Thanks to you, we were able to make haste for Garlemald. While circumstance and duty may keep us apart, we remain bound by common purpose. Indeed. May that purpose continue to guide us now that we stand together once again. Anybody back here? Nope. This latest development is indeed a shock, but I am heartened to see not a single face clouded with despair. I helped repel the Voidsent incursion in Lapis Manilis. Fighting off Feed-controlled Galatea is something I won't rush to relive, but it was nonetheless good training. That was the big Reaper doll in there, if I remember correctly. Coltonette and I had remained in Corvus to monitor the situation among the Garleans and the Corvosi. Corvos, that was the name I couldn't remember before. So you guys have been in Corvus. That's interesting. I want to go there for real, not just in the picture book. Though seldom smooth sailing, in time the region settled, and we were able to return. I understand the Garlean community has made great strides in improving relations with other peoples. Hearing that, I feel renewed zeal for resolving the issues in Corvus. Then perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Garleans' accomplishments from me and the twins. Might stoke that fire even hotter. Don't worry about me. I'm sure you've plenty to discuss with all these old faces. 'Twas by no means an easy decision, but as the Solstice is now our paramount concern, Elise and I have opted to formally withdraw from our efforts in Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our world will also serve to keep the Garleans safe. Ulyss and his comrades are already working toward a brighter future of their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead, but hopefully we can get through this and return to Garlemald with our heads held high one day. Indeed. In the meantime, let us prepare a letter for Ulyss and the community. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. And we end it with Tataru. It seems everyone has much and more to discuss with one another. Anyway, you're overdue for a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite. Then do we have a meanwhile? We must. This would be an awkward place to just end things. Oh, the moon again.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential.
Calyx?
You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth.
Why are you telling us this?
A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
That sounds exciting. Why tell me where you're going? That's what I want to know.
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more.
Do you want us to ruin their plans? Like we ruined yours? Out of spite?
Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway.
True. So far.
What Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost? I will share with you a truth. We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world, fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
How much time do we have? I feel like that's the question we should ask. If shattered stars are doomed to mend, how turns the key to winter's end? I wasn't entirely certain what Halmarut was saying there. Was she saying or suggesting that we should destroy the reflections to save the source? I don't know, there's some subtext there that I wasn't quite following. Because clearly she knows that we're going to want to save everyone. Or at least I think. I don't know. Calyx realized that at least. I'll let you know when discussions are set to resume, probably sometime around August. Until then, please do get some rest. We must needs ascertain the veracity of Halmarut's claims. I shall send word to my colleagues in Charlian. They may be able to offer us valuable insights. As the word of the mother, Menphelia conveyed the will of the star. Surely, she would have known if nature itself ran counter to that will. When you have a moment, I should like to hear more of your trip to the 13th. I have a moment. Go ahead. You ought to let Euless know when you met Zero. I'm sure he'll wish to hear how she's faring. No, What did you just say? I'm sure he'll wish to hear she's faring well. There we go. I wonder whose voice it was that named the key Ethos. The more we learn, the more mysteries abound. Sounds like you've had a tough fight in the void. I know your instinct is to charge into the fray, but even heroes need rest. Knowing that a connection persists between the 1st and the 13th fills me with joy. I will continue to keep abreast of the situation in Garlemald via reports from the Ilsabard contingent. Should another crisis arise, we will not hesitate to provide our support. Naturally. Who are you two? I don't remember you at all. Looks like there's a lull in the conversation. This is my chance. Oh, are you interested in Hori? Looks like it. Einar, at least feign a little interest in your sister. This obsession has gone too far. Ochre Boulder? I had been making headway with my training, but I have a long way to go compared to my present company. I look forward to learning the very best again someday. Or learning from the very best someday. Alphino and Alize saw fit to relinquish their responsibilities in Garlemald and concentrate on the fight ahead. I shall likewise be reprising my duties as a scion, wherever they may take me. Few tales of Tural reach Corvos, even today. I'd like to hear of your adventures next time we meet. I want to go to Corvos. Well, guess that's everybody. Anybody in here? Nope. Huh. Yup, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Hope I muted that correctly. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. Now we wait. There's a picture on the wall here. Yeah, it's the 12's what it looks like. Yep. I don't think I've actually ever like looked around in here before. That's not what I wanted. There we go. So, anyway, with that concludes the stream. And probably the last I'll be streaming Final Fantasy for a while until something new comes out. I don't remember when the next part of the patch will come out, but whenever that'll be, you'll see me again. So, thanks for watching, everybody, and tune in next time. Where's my bye-bye emote? Bye!